have uploaded a file name called error underscore file. This file having a combination of success and error records. Loading history. So one is copy history and query history. To get the details, which means in which date and which time I have loaded the files, you will get each and every details. So how you will get it is by writing select star from table information schema. So information schema is a kind of data dictionary. So I will elaborate it so in upcoming classes. So copy history a kind of function. Okay. So this copy history, it will give till today how many times I executed the copy command and how many different files I used to select it and load it. So every details you will collect it by using copy history function. Okay. Table name. So I'm specifying the table name. If I'm not specifying the table name, you will get the complete details. Complete table names you will get it. So I don't want the complete table names. I want only snow pipe. Information only I want. Okay. And specifying the timestamp. Start time equal to date add, and I can copy it from here. Snow underscore table. Is it correct, the table name? Yeah. Snow table. So as I said, right, still it is not at get registered in the information schema. It takes some time get registered. So maybe After 5 minutes, you will get all the informations. Okay, so here if I give another table name AWS underscore EMP01, so today we have loaded, right? So this is also not coming, so which means it is not at register. It takes some time to get register it. So here the problem is by executing copy history, we will not get error records. You will get only the high level details like file name, storage location, last load time, number of rows passed, the file size, those high level details, the complete details you will get it here, but you will not get how many files get uploaded and how many files it's failed. So those information you won't get it. So we have another function called query history. This is copy history, right? So we having another query history also. Query history, we no need to specify this. I'll make it query history. Where query type equal to copy. Order by start time designing. Okay. So here, if you see here, so the difference between the copy history function and the query history function, the copy history function will give only this file name, the staging area, file, location path, the total number of row counts, everything you will get it. But by executing the query history, you will get the query ID for each and every file whenever you are trying to loading, right? So for every file, for every copy command, it will give the query ID. So you copy this query ID, you will get the complete information. So how many records get loaded and how many records went an error. Okay, so especially in auditing time, so which is the best one is query history is the best one. So if you want to look for how many success records get loaded and how many rejected records, so by executing query history you will get the details. Why we will get the query history command is only query history function only will give the query ID. So without query ID we cannot get the history, which means history of the file, whether it is get loaded successfully or if there is any error records. So successful records we no need to panic, so we have to worry about only error records, correct? So to identify the error records, we have to we need query ID. Without query ID we cannot get the error records. Clear? So this is also a mandatory interview question. So in Snowpipe, so Snowpipe will not throw any error messages directly. So how you can get or validate the rejected records? How you will get the rejected records? So the answer is by executing select star from table information schema dot query history, where query type equal to copy, and if you want to add order by start time equal to design. So this is, it will give the latest date onwards, you will get the information. Okay, clear? So here you will get the query ID. So by the query history will provide the query ID. Okay, so by once we get the query ID, based on the query ID, we can get the rejected records. Clear? Any doubts?
Hi Mahesh.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Now you created snow table in this snow pipe connection and everything, right?
Correct.
So if you want to use another table, so again we have to configure or same
No,
thing will work?
no need to configure. So
Just
here
change the table name is enough.
correct. So if the table structure is same,
Okay.
then you can give the table name. That's it. A different table. If the structure is same, and if you want to make it a different table name, you can change the table name. That's it.
When you are using one table, after that when you enter the, when you load the extra files, whatever files, all that will load in same table, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you change the table name only, then only we can get new files to there.
Yes. And another thing is, this is a bucket, right? This is our bucket. So in this bucket level, I have configured the notification channel. Okay. So if I want to configure another notification channel, so already notification channel is configured. Okay. So if I want to configure another notification channel, what will happen is, so this is my bucket. So I have created a my bucket -01. So in this bucket, I have configured a notification channel. Okay. So inside this my bucket, so I have many folders. Folder 1, folder 2, folder 3. So like that, I am having a number of folders. So what will happen is, if I configure a notification channel, one notification channel is sufficient for one bucket. Okay, for entire one bucket, one notification channel is sufficient. If you give more than one notification channel, what will happen is, in folder 3, I have loaded a new file. So when I loaded a new file into folder 3, these two notification channels and all folders, it will get triggered in the backend, and these two notification channels also it will get triggered. Our functionality will work, it will not impact anything, but in the back background, what will happen is these two notification channels also will trigger. These two notification channels, it will verify this each and every folder unnecessarily. So instead of verifying one time, it is verifying twice. Ideally, this will take time and it is time consuming also. We should not do that. Okay, so here the interview questions is, if I have a SnowPipe object pointing to two different path folders within the same bucket, what will happen? When we loaded a file into a specific folder 1 within the same bucket, it will also trigger another SnowPipe in folder 2 and folder 1 also. So this will create a problem. So don't create a multiple pipe objects for same bucket. Okay, keep in mind that. So for one bucket, it will be one notification channel only. Okay, so if I have multiple buckets, like 1 to 1000 buckets I'm having, buckets. So you can configure one notification channel for each bucket level. That is adjustable. But two notification channels should not exist in one bucket, which means same bucket should not be two notification channels. Clear? And I can say kind of snowflake drawback, SnowPipe drawback here is we cannot alter the pipe object, which means ideally you may also get doubt, right? Alter in the sense you are trying to changing something. Even though if you alter something, it will not change the anything. Even though if you recreate the pipe object, but still the file status will be marked as sent only. Okay, I'll show you. Yes, pipe. If I execute it, or if I recreate the pipe object, SnowPipe, I'm recreating. So when I'm recreating in the sense, ideally what will happen is it has to remove this metadata pointers, right? So which means this file status, it should not be showing here. It should be a completely, this file should be 0 rows, it should appear, which means I'm recreating the SnowPipe object. So here the important point is, even though if you alter the copy command in SnowPipe object, okay, it will not refresh the data. Clear? And another important is, don't create multiple pipe objects on same bucket. Clear? And another scenario is, this is scenario 1. And another scenario is, if I load the same file again in the bucket, so this SnowPipe will not load the same file again and again. So here SnowPipe will work completely based on name of the file. Okay, so you may also get out. File is invoice file. Okay, but the first time the file get loaded. Okay, so same file invoice underscore CSV, but having different data. So this having different data, and this also having different data, and I'm trying to loading second time. So what will happen is Snowpipe will not allow you allowed to load. Okay, same file will not allow, even though if the data having a different data. Okay, Snowpipe will work completely based on the name of the file. But copy command, what it will do is, copy command will work based on hash value of the file. Hash value of the file in the sense, it will verify the data. If the data is different, then the copy command will allow to load the same file into Snowflake database table. Clear? Which means the copy command will verify the file name as well as it will check the data inside it. Clear? Any doubt? So this is also a kind of interview question. Few people may expect it. So what is the difference between Snowpipe and copy command? Snowpipe will work completely based on the name of the file, and the copy command will work based on the hash value of the file. Which means I'm only talking about the copy into command now. I'm loading a file, invoice, and in this invoice file having 100 records. Okay, out of 100, 99 records are success. And what I did a mistake here is I have corrected the record. Same file, invoice. I have not removed 99 records. I have corrected which is went an error. Which means this same invoice table having 100 records. What will happen if I load this file through copy command? It will load 100 records. Because error records we have corrected, right? So that error record should not get loaded into Snowflake table. And it will reload the whole file again. Even one record get changed also, the whole 99 records again get loaded. Now this invoice table having total 199 records. Ideally it should get loaded 100 records. So where I did a mistake here is I supposed to delete 99 records which went on success status, and only one record I have to maintain the file in CSV file. And if I get loaded the file, then only it will load only one record, because in the entire file having one record only. Okay, this mistake we should not do that. This copy command will work like this. But Snowpipe, what it will do is, as we discussed here, first of all, it will not allow the same file again to load it into Snowflake table. Here only it will stop it. Okay, so this is the difference between Snowpipe and copy command. Clear? Any doubts? This is really important. You will get a lot of questions once they dig into Snowpipe. they will ask many questions. So I have covered almost all the questions.
In the
See.
same bucket.
Yeah, 1 minute. So here now, as I said, right, so the load history, the copy history, earlier it is not getting the data. So now it is getting, because it will take some time, which means 1 to 5 minutes it takes time to get registered in the information schema. So now we are able to see the data. So in the copy history, we can see only the file name and the file storage location, which means the path you will get it, and the loading time and the number of records passed. So the whole information you can get it from here. Okay. So if you observe here in the error file, we have loaded, right? So in the error file, we could see here 0 rows passed. So here in the error, you can see the date year is not recognized. But it is really difficult for us, right? Which line, which column it went an error. So of course we can see here column is year, not column is year. No, we will not get the column name also here. So you will get high level information only, which means which you will get the status load failed. That's it. You will not get much information on that. By executing query history, you will get the query ID. So by copying this query ID, you will get the rejected records, line number and the column name you will get in detail. Okay. So I hope now we can get the validate pipe load also. Pipe load information also you can get it. Yes. Now we get the pipe load information also. So we have to wait for 1 to 5 minutes time, so that these details it will get registered in the Snowpipe as well as in the information schema. So information schema play a key role in entire Snowflake Web Console. So I will tell you at maybe in another, after 5 or 6 sessions, we will talk about the information schema, so that you will get one clear picture on that. Yeah. Yes, please. Now you can ask a question.
Now we are working only on CSV file, right? I mean, in Snowpipe. So if you change the file format to JSON, so that will start to show the JSON files.
Yes.
Okay.
The pattern is same.
File format also is important, right here.
Important in the sense here we are not using any temporary table. So we are creating a main table and directly we are loading. So in case if it is a JSON and Parquet file, so we will create one temporary table and we will load the file into temporary table. So in the temporary table we will create one column with the data type is variant. So once the file get loaded into the temporary table, from temporary table we will load the data into Snowflake database main table. So in the main table, which means this code remains same. So only extra we will get one temporary table here. Okay.